Are you looking for the best cabin tents for roomy camping? In this video we will look at some of the best cabin tents for roomy camping on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Core 9-Person Instant Cabin Tent. First up on our list of the best cabin tents is the Core 9-Person Instant Cabin Tent. This spacious cabin tent can not only comfortably fit 2 queen-sized camping mattresses and has a maximum capacity of 9 people, making it a great option for big groups as well as smaller groups that like to spread out. On top of that, it has a generous center height of 6.5 feet so you can walk around without hunching. It also comes with a detachable room divider, so you have the option of creating some privacy or of having a large communal area, complete with camping chairs of course, and it has pockets to help keep things organized. This tent is very well ventilated thanks to the vents on the ground, the large mesh windows, and the mesh ceiling. The mesh ceiling can be covered with the included rain fly in wet conditions, but on nicer evenings it gives you the option to really sleep under the stars. Good news for anyone interested in astronomy. The side door not only makes access easier but also increases the ventilation even further, although this does mean this tent might not keep you warm on the coldest of nights. The telescopic tent poles make setting up a dream. They are already attached to the structure, which means it only takes a minute for your tent to pop itself up. And you can hook up your electricals too, thanks to the inbuilt e-port. Just try and be careful with your tent pegs, they aren't the sturdiest around and will bend if they are hit too hard. Overall, this is a fantastic 3-season tent for large groups or those who like to sprawl and gaze at the stars. Number 2. Wenzel Klondike Tent. We absolutely love the Wenzel Klondike tent, mainly because of its huge porch that can double up as a second bedroom. Although it's possible to sleep 5 in the main room and 3 in the porch area, we think this family cabin tent would be best suited to 4/5 people. That way, you can make use of the huge entry area to leave your gear, or even hang out at night if you don't want to wake up whoever's sleeping. There's also a handy little pocket you can tuck the door into so it won't flap around when you want to merge the spaces. We also like that there's a guide-out vent protruding from the back of the tent so you can catch even the slightest breeze, which can be essential on those hot summer mornings. There are roof vents too and 2 zippered side windows, all with mesh covers to help ventilation while keeping out those pesky insects. With an included rainfly, a water-resistant coating, and water-repellent double stitches, you really will be kept safe and sound in this tent. We wish there were a few more stash pockets. 2 isn't that many for a tent this size, but overall, we think this tent would make a great option for a family cabin tent for camping. Oh, and there are a couple of colors you can choose from too. Number 3. Coleman Cabin Tent with Closet. Yes, you read that right. There really are cabin tents with areas for you to hang your clothes these days. The Coleman Cabin Tent with Closet is a spacious tent that's great for those that like to be outdoors but like to have some home comforts too. Designed as an 8-person tent, this cabin tent fits 2 queen-sized beds with room to spare. The closet itself has a hanging bar for anything you don't want to crease, plus shelves for your other garments. Oh, and there are pockets sewn into the walls of the tent too. This would be an ideal tent for anyone performing at a festival or taking an elaborate fancy dress outfit with them. Adding to the glamping vibes are the e-ports so you can stay connected, the room divider if you fancy some privacy, and the hinge door. Setting up tents is not really your thing? Don't worry, just because this tent is huge doesn't mean it will be a nightmare to set up. The color coming system means anyone can figure it out, which is a good thing seeing as the instructions aren't particularly helpful. This tent may have a lot of extra perks, but can it stand up to bad weather? In short, yes. The included rainfly, inverted seams, and waterproof floor will make sure you stay dry even in soggy conditions. Although the door zipper is protected to prevent drafts, you might want to keep your eye on the zipper itself as it tends to snag in the door a little. With a center height of 6 feet 8 inches, you might even forget that you're in a tent. Who says camping can't be luxurious? Number 4. KAZOO Pop-Up Cabin Tent. The KAZOO Pop-Up Cabin Tent is certainly proof that size isn't everything. This 4-person tent is a fantastic option for smaller groups that hate the hassle of pitching up. Designed to open just like an umbrella, the setup should take you no more than 30 seconds. Say goodbye to arguments in the rain about which pole should go where. The poles themselves are made from aluminum, which means they are durable but lightweight too. The included rainfly is both rips and water resistant, and the cabin tent has an overall waterproof rating of 3000 millimeters. The floor is also made of ripstop material, so you really are protected from top to bottom. Unfortunately, you won't be able to stand in this tent if you're over 5 feet tall, but, in comparison to non-cabin tents, it's still a very spacious interior. There are also 2 doors and 2 windows, which means that you can slip in and out easily and you won't overheat either. We love that the porch opens out, creating an extra hangout area. This is great if there's a mixture of night owls and early birds in your group. Some can sit under the porch while the others sleep. This tent is available in a range of vibrant colors, and don't worry if you like the sound of this tent but wanted something larger. It comes in a 6-8 person size too. It isn't super cheap for its size, but it is one of our favorite 3-season tents, and it comes with a 2-year warranty too, so you won't have to splash out on another tent anytime soon. Number 5. Browning Camping Big Horn Tent. If you're looking for a spacious but solid cabin tent, then look no further than the Browning Camping Big Horn Tent. This is a freestanding tent with fiberglass poles and steel uprights for added strength against even the most blustery of breezes. On top of that, the seams are factory sealed. It comes with a rain fly, and the floor has a 2000 mm water-resistant coating to make sure you stay nice and dry. Although the floor will keep you dry, it isn't the thickest floor out there, so would recommend popping a tarpaulin underneath your tent for some extra protection. With a floor plan of 10 x 15 feet and an enormous center height of 87 inches, the highest we've managed to find, there's plenty of space to sleep up to 8 people in a central sleeping area. Alternatively, you also have the option of setting up the wall divider and creating 2 rooms. 6 large windows plus 2 entries and a mesh roof mean you won't overheat in this tent even if it's crammed with people, and there are 6 inbuilt pockets so you can keep your essentials organized too. The freestanding design not only creates space but also makes the setup super easy. In fact, it's so easy you could even do it solo despite the size. We just wish the stakes were a bit stronger, as they tend to bend if you put too much weight on them. Overall, this is a fantastic 3-season tent that will make your camping experience spacious, light, and airy.